like they're all lighting up still. Something burning. It does smell like something's burning. Trevor, you burning something?
What is up, guys? Today we got $100 worth of Amazon gauges. We're gonna see if it'll freaking work.
The whole dash just came off. Perfect, there goes the dash.
Ooh, baby. Triple gauges.
What's inside?
Temp, volt, and oil piston. Ooh, we got little bolts. Those are gonna be important. We went ahead and opted for the 160 mile an hour gauge because we're all about fast.
Something burning. It does smell like something's burning. Trevor, you burning something? Are you making it stink? Does it smell from you? Never mind, it's from him. This is why the YouTube videos always say unplug your ground first. Shower curtain to hold up the hood.
It's not a shower curtain.
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean?
It's a curtain.
That's a flagpole.
Oh, a flagpole. Something like that. Alright guys, so we got the dash pulled out. We got these gauges pulled out here. And we just realized that we didn't get a fuel gauge.
Mistakes were made.
We're gonna head to O'Reilly or AutoZone, see if we can get ourselves a fuel gauge. And then we'll start getting ready to 3D design and print some adapters that allow us to adapt to this gauge housing. Turn on the AC. It's hot. We have arrived.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Dang it. They don't have a trash bin?
12 seconds later.
Thank you though.
Yeah, we'll see you.
We'll see you.
Alright guys, so we went to O'Reilly, we went to AutoZone, they didn't have what we wanted, so now we're heading to Napa.
We're looking for them black gauges.
Yeah, third time's the charm. Third time's the charm. And now, we've arrived at Napa. Napa know-how. Know-how. Alright, so Napa had the gauge we needed about 25 bucks later, was it?
Yeah.
What? On Amazon you can get this gauge for 10 bucks, but just for the sake of us trying to hurry and make this video, we just bought it. So we're gonna go ahead and take this into the house after we pull off this back piece here, and we're gonna try to 3D print some adapters that allow each of these gauges to mount in their respective holes. So hopefully it'll all work and look nice.
Fingers crossed.
All right, so we went ahead and we got these all pulled out. We got the glass pieces here. I think we're gonna go ahead and try to clean those. We're gonna take it into the house to my computer. We're gonna try to 3D print and design some adapters for them. So let's jump onto Fusion 360. All right, guys, so we got everything we needed to design, and the last two things are printing. These two ones already got done right here. These are the little adapters for the sides. They just kind of slide on like this, allowing these gauges to go in. Obviously they come in from the other side. These will just be glued on with some epoxy or some strong glue like that, and that'll work perfect. That'll adapt those sides. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna try to wire in all these gauges just to make sure they work before we install them into the gauge cluster. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the GPS gauge first. It's just got 3 wires, and then it's also got this GPS thing right here. So we need to find somewhere to mount this, probably by one of the windows in the engine bay or just up here in the headline or something like that. So I'll give you this.
Sweet.
Alright guys, so we want to go ahead and make these gauges as simple as possible. So we've decided that we just want the lights to always be on when the car's on, because lit up gauges always look good. So we'll just try to make them a little bit easier to wire up. All right, guys, so we went ahead and we've ran up 2 new fresh wires. One from the fuse. This is our positive, even though it's green. Don't ask why, it's just the wire we had. So this is our positive that will power the whole gauges, and this is our ground right here. It's a fresh ground that we just tapped in over here on the frame. Each of the gauges is made up a little bit simpler. We have the wires coming off of them, so they'll be easy to wire. Red for positive, black for negative or ground, and then the ones with white wires, it's for signal. So now we're going to go ahead and follow these little instructions we got right here, see if we can pull the wires we need to up for the gauges and test them out. All right, guys, so we were working on the oil pressure gauge over here, and this is where this thing is supposed to thread in, but as you can see, it's not going to fit with the distributor. But we have a sender right here, so let's go see. We'll follow where this wire goes and see if it works. Hopefully it does, then we can see the oil pressure without having to install this thing. So this thing that I thought was a wire going to the oil temperature gauge was actually going to the temp gauge. Somebody wired it wrong.
It's not wire.
And so that's completely useless. But luckily, we know what we need to do to fix it. So we're going to be using the one that came with the $100 setup for the gauges or whatever. And we went to O'Reilly's just now and we got a bunch of adapters right here. This is like $40 in adapters. Kind of crazy. So the temp gauge is going to go back here in the intake, and then while one of us is doing that, one of us is going to work up here on getting this fake temp gauge out. And we're going to install a nipple and then a 90, and then we'll put that one on. That'll be for the oil pressure. So we're going to get on it. All right, guys, so these last 2 just got done off the print press. This big one right here holds 2 gauges and it offsets one behind the other. This is the only way we could really make it work, but it'll look really good. So now Braden's gonna go ahead and start gluing on these things with some epoxy we got, and then we're gonna glue on the other 2 right there. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna run a few more wires and get it all buttoned up, and then we should be good for the install. Alrighty, so we got this fuel pressure sensor installed. We got the temperature sensor back there installed. We got wires ran to them running back to where the gauges are going. And speaking of the gauges, Braden's been over here gluing them up and they're looking pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and let them dry overnight so that tomorrow we can hopefully install them all in the morning.
One sleepies later.
It's the next day and these gauges dried up really nice. They look like they'll be great. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw in these side gauges right over here. So we'll install those first and prepare to install the assembly back in the car. All right, guys, we got all these gauges installed and they're all looking really good. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to put it inside the car, start plugging things in and button it up.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the dash back installed. We got these gauges mounted, and as you can see, they're looking really good. This gauge over here on this side, this temp gauge, looks like it's still on, but it's just a little bit of light coming through up at the top by the dash, so that's okay. We should probably make sure it still starts. We hook up the coil and everything again?
I think so.
Oh yeah. All right, guys, so we went ahead and we figured out that we had a problem. So we installed this oil pressure sensor right up here. Turns out that's not where it's supposed to be installed. It's supposed to be installed down here, and as we got to looking, there's actually one down there already. So we went ahead and ran our wire down to it, threaded it on, and now that's working. I don't know why ChatGPT told us to put it up here, but blame it on the AI. The temp gauge, we don't know if it's working yet, or the mile per hour gauge, so we're gonna go ahead and take a test drive and check it out.
Let's see if she works.
It's like they're all lighting up still.
Yes.
Looking good. It looks good, honestly. It looks really good.
The mile per hour seems, it says 5 miles an hour.
Looks like we might be working.
Might be working.
All right, guys. So with that being said, I think that's going to be a wrap for today's video. Overall, they seem pretty good. What do you think?
I'm impressed. I like being able to see my gas gauge. That's always nice.
Yeah.
All the other gauges are bonus. Even the speedometers doing really good. So
That's good.
happy, satisfied.
Overall, would recommend. The links for all the products that we used in this episode will be down in the description below. If you guys are interested Again, more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Any last words?
My blinker was on the whole time.
Really? We need to fix the blinker lights.